I'm Jenny Kirk, and today we're going to have a look at my other railway layout. We've had a few tasters in a couple of videos with the dusting of Grove Street Yard, and we also featured a little bit of old footage that was taken quite a while ago now on its exhibition debut. Some of you may have seen this in Model Rail magazine. It was in issue, I think it was 143. I couldn't tell you the year, it's been that long ago, but you can look it up. And this was built down to a budget, but today I'm going to give you a quick overview and show you some of the features of this, and give a very brief idea of some of the things that went into this. And in later videos we're going to explore some of the areas of construction in more depth, but for now we'll stick with a quick overview. It's in storage here in the back bedroom. When it's in storage, the main part, the bit that was featured in the magazine, we have that on the top, supported on its legs, and underneath I've got a big wooden chest that the other half, the fiddle yard half, sits on, and they kind of slide together quite nicely, stacking one on top of the other. But it does mean that we can't actually run it very easily in this form, but it doesn't matter. I'll give you a quick guided tour. Now, the bit that always draws people's eye at exhibitions is the scrapyard, and I didn't really set out when I built it to make something that that was quite so unique. I just wanted to make a scrapyard, and I wanted to make it so it didn't fall into the pitfalls of everything being in a uniform colour, or the piles of scrap looking far too neat and ordered. And I think I've managed quite well. I had a couple of Quality Street tins full of old broken kits, and it provided a nice random basis of bits and pieces to go in there. In the magazine article, it's quite apparent actually, when I look back at it, that no model railway is really ever truly finished, and Grove Street Yard is no exception to that. And you can see in the magazine photographs that the scrapyard is actually developed from that to this, and it's kind of easy to just keep adding bits in and adding bits in. And elsewhere on the layout, there's a lot of other bits of detail that have gone in. I mean, I can remember on the morning of the photo shoot, I actually was still gluing together some canopies for the main warehouse area, and it was just purely a case of, I've got these bits of super quick kit left over, they'd probably look good in there, and the glue was still wet when the photographs were being taken. With this layout we've gone for kind of the idea of a shunting puzzle. The idea is that in such a small space you've got to have something that keeps both your interest as an operator, but also the interest of anybody who's watching the layout as an exhibition. So what I've done is I've incorporated a lot of ideas of shunting puzzles, and I've tried to make it so that you can do an awful lot without a train ever leaving the visual section of the layout. We have a run-round loop which allows a locomotive to run round 3 of this sized wagons, or maybe one of the big coaches, or 2 of the longer wheelbase air-braked wagons. And that's quite important because we've got kickback sidings going in both directions, and it means that you can make up and break down trains, sort things in and out of sidings, and do things which you might not necessarily be immediately apparent that you can do on this layout without ever going off stage. The buildings on this layout, a lot of these were recycled from old scrapped layouts, stuff that people were throwing away, and it's amazing what you can do with kits. And my motto is always, instructions, we need no stinking instructions. Never knowingly built a kit as per the instructions that came with it. And even things like these card kits, the super quick card kits, there's an awful lot that you can do to modify them and make some very individual items without really needing an awful lot of in-depth skill. And the beauty of these is that because the kits are already printed, the windows are already set out on them, you don't need to make an awful lot from scratch. You know, the idea of doing windows and stuff on buildings I don't particularly enjoy, so modifying these kits is brilliant. You can do an awful lot with that. Well, that's a quick overview on Grove Street Yard, and in future videos we'll looking at things perhaps a bit more in depth. I know that it's something that you don't necessarily see from magazine articles or even at exhibitions, is the way that a lot of these are constructed. Grove Street Yard is designed to be very light, so that just one person can carry these sections under one arm, and it's not unwieldy. I can move it about, I can set it up myself. So we're going to look at the way the baseboard structure of this is put together. Also look at some of the electrics underneath, all the hidden things you wouldn't necessarily ordinarily see, but also explore what's gone into the scrapyard, because I know it's something that I get asked an awful lot about. So we'll have a look at what's in there and explore how the bits and pieces are laid out to try and make it look like a random pile of bits of rubbish rather than something that somebody's deliberately placed there to try and look like something that's random. Anyway, if you like this video, don't forget to like it, also share it if you feel that there's other people who need to see this. Subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date with new videos as they come, and also have a look back through all of the other previous videos that cover a wide range of topics now, and we've covered all sorts of areas: music reviews, books, writing, as well as Grove Street Yard, the exhibition layout here, and my favourite, the Bolton Trinity Road in the shed. Anyway, that's enough from me. My mouth needs a little bit of a rest now, so it's just time for me to say you take very good care of yourself, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Hello.